Hello and good afternoon. You're joining us right in the middle of the Weston High School varsity men's soccer game. Just started about 1 minute ago. The starting 11 for Weston today. At defense, we have Luca Bernardelli, Isaac Levine, Jackson Tabers, Holden Lagenhagen. Weston's playing a 4-2-3-1 today. So at center defensive mid, we have Tanner Krielman and Nick Janovker.
A great save made right there by Zach.
Starting attackers, Gregoire Marceau, Christos Iatridis, Unho Lee, and then our lone striker today is Nate Icky.
Another
good save.
The goalie in goal for the starting quarter is Zachary Myers.
We expect them to switch off. So should be an interesting day. It's a great day for soccer out here today as the Weston Wildcats once again take on the Wayland Warriors, I think.
Yes.
They lost 2-0 on Wednesday,
this week.
but they look to bounce back today as Nate Icky looks to cross it in.
Good defense there by Wayland, but Weston's still trying to attack.
And Wayland clears it out of the zone and are granted a free kick. Wayland works the ball down the near sideline. Unho Lee makes a great stop, and it goes to Iatridis, who gives a great through ball to Nate Icky, who's not able to chase it down.
Weston's had a strong defensive start to the game, other than one quick breakaway.
The key to the game for Weston today is discipline. Running a 4-2-3-1 is all about having your fullbacks move up during offense and having your wingers come down on offense. So it should leave you 8 to 9 defenders on each attack and let you rebound for your own attacks. As Wayland kicks the ball around and it goes out of bounds for a kick-in today. That's one of the new things due to COVID. Players are not allowed to touch the balls on throw-in, so they will be kicked in from the sidelines, just like futsal. Wayland clears it. We apologize for losing picture. We are working on that momentarily. But as it happens, I'll do my best to describe what's going on in the game as Weston has a kick from the far side of the field in their own territory. Ball is played to the middle. Nate Icky makes a great play on the ball. And it will be a push, and it should be a free kick awarded to Weston. Tanner Krielman or Jackson Tabers. Play it in. Jackson with a nice cross into the center. Wayland on defense early. And the shot just goes wide of the goal. And Weston will be awarded an indirect free kick. Sorry, an indirect corner. Because they are not allowed to have direct free kicks nor head the ball. Also, because of COVID. Christos Iatridis will pass it to Krielman. We'll give it back, and it will cross in. And Tabers is going to have to chase that one down as it goes well. Player down inside the box. Let's see what they award here.
Play seems to be okay.
A penalty has been awarded to the Weston Wildcats. Nick Janovker will have a great attempt to score here early on in this game. And he scores! Weston goes up early, 1-0 early in this match. First goal of the season for the Wildcats, and first goal of the season for Nick Janovker, a senior at Weston High School, and a beautiful start to the game for the Weston Wildcats. Great start. Wayland's ball now. The ball will go out of bounds for a kick-in for Wayland. The ball goes out and it'll be a goal kick for the Western Wildcats as they look to keep adding scores on today. Again, Janovker scored a penalty about 7 minutes into the game. It was blocked, and Tabers makes a nice save and kicks it out of bounds for a Wayland kick. That's what Weston's got to work on. You got to be able to clear the ball out of the zone. But they look good so far today, look very strong, look very competitive. The Wayland side does as well. But an early goal, an early penalty gives Weston the lead, and we look for this to be an incredibly competitive game today. Wayland plays it back, and then back inside. And Myers will collect the ball and look for an opportunity to give it to one of his teammates. They were working on this yesterday, so we'll see how it turns out. Decides to punt it down to the middle of the field, and Wayland is able to collect it. And a great through ball for Icky. And it will be a free kick awarded to Wayland. That is also one of the new rules today. Pushing to that sort of extent is not allowed. Another free kick awarded to Wayland. Another nice through ball, as this could be trouble for Weston. And a great block by Myers, and the ball is still in the hands of Wayland, but out of the zone. We'll see if Weston can move the ball away. Another cross, and that is collected by Janovker as he looks for a pass upfield, and he gives the ball to Icky, who has a step, but the goaltender is able to collect it and push it out of bounds for a Weston free kick. Sub for Weston, number 16, comes in for Marceau. I believe that is Alexander Georgakopoulos. Deflected, and Wayland's able to clear it. Jackson Tabers pushes it out of bounds for a Wayland free kick. Or kick in. I don't know. I'll figure out what to call it by the end of halfway through this first quarter of soccer, as we're playing 4 20-minute quarters. Give players more time for mass breaks and water breaks, as this new normal has affected all of us, but we are happy to be back and happy to be broadcasting a great match today between Weston and Wayland. The goal kick goes to Langenhagen, who plays it back to Tabers, who will push it out of bounds for another Wayland kick in. Connor, what have you seen about the game today that you like? Connor is still working. I'll ask him that exact question when he comes back. Wayland's been nice controlling the ball in the defensive zone outside of that one mistake earlier today. And Wayland has another shot on goal, but another nice save by Zachary Myers, who's had a nice start to the game so far. Very few rebounds and made some good saves. Launches it. And it's played back to the Wayland defense, who plays it right back to their goalie. And Weston is looking to push forward. Tavers boots it down. And Wayland is able to collect it. And Wayland player pushes it out of bounds and gives Weston another kick in. This time well into the Wayland defensive zone. Another kick in for Weston. This game is moving steadily along so far. Played into Krillman, he holds the ball on and kicks it off a Wayland defender. It's played in, Wayland gathers the ball. And Connor, what have you seen about Weston today that you like so far?
Weston's really been attacking hard so far. I see, like, basically, they've had time of possession probably twice as much as Wayland. Once Wayland gets it over midfield, it seems like Weston's able to get it and just send it right back.
That's part of the 4-2-3-1 formation. The ability for the wingers and the attacking midfielders to be able to drop back allows you to have 6, 7, 8, 9, sometimes even 10 people back on defense, which allows you to limit chances, as Weston gets a great steal as Iatredes shoots it and is blocked. The ball be pushed out for a Weston. Referee seems to be changing his mind at whim for a Wayland kick-in way back in their zone. Wayland boots it forward. That will amount to nothing, as another Wayland advance has been stopped, once again by the Weston defense and, in particular, Jackson Tavers. A nice steal by Janofker. And the Weston defense is able to control the ball. Janofker is able to play it forward, and it will be deflected off of a Wayland defender and go out of bounds. 15 minutes just about played so far. Weston looks strong, Wayland looks strong. Good game so far by both teams, but Weston has steadily been on the attack for the vast majority of this game so far. Wayland has the ball about midfield. Kick it forward, but once again, Jackson Tavers is right there. And Nate Icky not able to reach that one, but he's been running a lot so far today. Excuse me. Kick in from their zone once again today. Something that's happened quite a bit so far. Bunch of substitutions for the Wayland Warriors. The Weston team is being ushered back once again here today. Another boot forward by Wayland, and Isaac Levine is the lone defender back there right now, but as Weston corrals the ball, Isaac Levine makes a nice play. And
great job by Isaac backing up just to be sure that there's no give and go there in a 2v1 scenario.
Essentially, every Wayland attack has been stopped by the Weston defense there, who've looked really nice so far early on in this game.
Another through ball, and Wayland has great defensive stop.
But look how many Weston defenders are able to get back right there. You got 5, 6 kids 5-6 guys down there right around the goal to Wayland's 4. I mean, that's a great ratio that you want on defense.
Wayland seems to be they're keeping it more in the western half.
But
Still, nothing to come of the offensive efforts.
another. Oh, I think that's a free kick. It is. Okay. Sorry. Free kick from the Weston zone.
Okay, guys.
And it is unclear. The ball will be played to Krillman, who will cross it across the field. Nice ball to Icky. And they're going to be looking to do that quite a bit today, but if they do that a couple more times, I have a feeling that they'll get a score off of that. Weston's been very aggressive in the Wayland zone today, both when Wayland has the ball and when they have the ball. And that is one of the best things about this team. They do not give up.
We finally have an overhead camera today, made by Xander Inga. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Only have technical difficulties when we're trying to do this, isn't that right? Only when it's game day, but it'll be another free kick as Isaac Levine will take this one and boot it down, and that'll be a ball for Icky as he looks to chase that one down and possibly cross it in. Well, so made a nice play by the Wayland defender.
Isaac Levine, who we've commented on doing pretty well on defense today so far, he had not played soccer so far, I believe, in his...
This is his second start ever as a Weston High School varsity. And that is a great shot by number 3 for Wayland. And that's just a great play. There's not much you can do about that. That's an incredible shot. And that's the one thing that Western Wildcats cannot allow. Those kind of breakaway shots today. But that was a heck of a shot.
Zachary Campana with the goal there.
Yeah, I believe. (1-1) with about 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter as Weston boots it up again. And Weston once again has a shot on goal, but this one is not on target. And Wayland will corral and look to play the ball upfield. The ball is booted once again back to the Wayland goalkeeper, who has had his fair share of work here in this first quarter.
It looks as we kind of run down this first quarter. No team is particularly heavily attacking right now.
Mm-hmm. Ball will go out for a Weston free kick or kick in. The ball is played up for Wayland, but Isaac Levine uses his body and will be awarded a free kick as the Wayland attacker got a little too aggressive. 40 seconds left here in this first quarter as Tabers will boot it into near the box. There'll be a handball awarded to the Wayland defense and a free kick.
Looks like the time is just running down here. It's 5 seconds left. Ending this first quarter at a 1-1 Wayland Weston tie.
Well, it was an eventful first quarter, wasn't it, Connor?
Certainly, although we didn't get all of it, I believe we got the most important parts.
We got the most important parts. We got both goals. Boy, that Wayland goal was a strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was on almost like a 1-on-3 back there, and just took a deep shot.
It's beautiful.
It was a great shot.
And going back to the Weston goal, very early on, in the 7th minute, a penalty was awarded to the Western Wildcats, and Janavkar just put it right in the back of the net. That's what Weston needs more of. They need to create more chances for themselves today.
I think one interesting thing to see here is if Kevin Joseph will sub in for the second quarter. The thought beforehand was they would sub every other quarter, but Zach Myers really had a great quarter.
He had a really good quarter. I mean, outside of that one shot, which, I mean, I don't know any person who can save that. I thought he played excellent. I mean, he made a couple nice saves, and he was really able to control the rebound, which is incredibly important as a goalie, is you have a lot of attackers. And back on Wednesday, when these two teams met last, the second goal of the game was off of a rebound, and that was just kind of what, a rebound, and just, it's kind of a one-on-one with the goalie, and that's what led to the second goal. But if Weston's able to control those rebounds and control the time of possession, control how much they possess the ball, and that's what led to the second goal. But if Weston's able to control those rebounds and control the time of possession, control how much they possess the ball, and that's what led to the second goal. But if Weston's able to control those rebounds and control the time of possession, control how much they possess the ball, and that's what led to the second goal. But
So looking back on Wednesday's game, it was a 2-0 victory for the Wayland Warriors. Their first victory and Weston's first loss of the season. I'll be the first game for both of them.
It's going to be a difficult season for teams to gain any sort of momentum, as Weston really got into the swing of things later on in the season. I don't think they're going to have that luxury this season, Connor. What do you think about that? With the limited amount of games, of course.
It's definitely going to be tough to gain last second momentum. So you want to see them try to come out and win early this year.
Yes, I mean, they've played a really solid game today, so hopefully they can pull this one out, as it is a 1-1 tie going into the second quarter. They play 20-minute quarters, 4 20-minute quarters. So for a total of 80 minutes, no extra time added. There are 2 referees on the field today. And I believe the ball will start with Wayland, as Weston started off with the ball at the beginning of the first quarter. And Myers will be subbed out in favor of Kevin Joseph, who is the other goaltender for the Wildcats. Both have looked good so far this season. Myers has looked good so far today. We will see if that continues with Kevin Joseph.
Kevin Joseph doesn't have a jersey on, it looks like. Might
He's
have
a
forgot
goalie.
his at home, but
I don't think as a goalie it matters nearly as much as it does for other players.
now I don't know who let in the 2 goals last game. I don't know if you do know.
It was 1 each, I believe.
One
One
each.
each.
Those goals coming from very good defender on Wayland, Ryan McDonald, and as well, the second goal came from the captain this year, senior Ryan Najeme.
That was a good game for the Wayland Warriors, but from what I have heard from the Weston players, it was a tight game throughout. Just a couple breaks for the Wayland team. Isaac Levine is seeking some treatment from Riz as Erdos comes in, and Luca Barinelli is switched to left center back. I believe that's left center at least.
You gotta feel bad for Levine here. He had a great first half, and only his second start, he's already getting some injury adjustments.
It looks like
Hopefully
he's just
doing
cramping
well.
a little. Hopefully we see him come back soon. He had a very, very solid first half. Probably saved a couple goals.
Yeah, Weston's had a few problems with injuries so far this year.
Not to mention James Davis has an MCL strain. Hopefully we'll see him back on the field soon. And
as well, Nate Icky, who is starting tonight, had some hip issues.
had a
Did not
hip issue
practice,
yesterday.
But a game time decision, he is playing today.
And he has been having his fair share of work, running basically this entire first quarter and throughout the second quarter so far, as Wayland will play the ball down the near sideline, and A misplay by the Wayland captain will give Weston a kick.
Yeah, that was Zachary Campana. He scored the first goal in this game. Tough to see him make a mistake like that.
And a misplay by the Weston kicking gives it right to the Wayland attack as they look forward and
Well defended.
well defended.
Lagenhagen, I believe.
And
there.
Krillman makes an excellent pass right there. That was out. If some excellent passes. Krillman just seems to dance around the entire Wayland attack there and kind of stop a good rush from the Wayland attackers. There are no headers, so that's why you're seeing a lot of shoulder action here today.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't really know the regulations on. I guess.
Well, I don't know the difference between, like, I feel like it must be difficult to differentiate like your shoulder and versus your arm, because obviously you can't use your forearm.
Yeah, you saw that earlier this half. It looked like a high shoulder, maybe a lower arm, but
Right, and they called it a handball.
and they
so
called it a handball.
That's definitely something that the players will have to get used to. And a misplay by Weston, miscommunication, more accurate, as Wayland has the ball deep. As Wayland crosses it in.
Zach Campana falls over before he can get to the ball.
And a
there.
great play by Holden Langenhagen to clear it out of the zone. As Lee makes a nice pass, and they're looking to make another nice pass as number 6 for Weston has the ball deep in the Wayland zone. And a nice tackle by the Wayland defense, number 12. Krillman gives what looked to be a pass and is stopped successfully once again by the Wayland defense. So far in this first 4 minutes of the game of the second quarter, Weston has looked pretty dominant. Krillman has had the ball at least 4 or 5 times and has looked very, very solid so far in this game. A giveaway by the Weston defense leads to a Wayland attack. And the ball will go out of bounds and be awarded
A goal kick there.
a goal kick, and a great play by Berardinelli right there to not only stop the attack but get a goal kick for Weston. What do you think about that one, Connor?
Yeah, I believe there was Jackson Dresens there for the Wayland side, trying to bring the ball up on his own, but there were too many Weston defenders, and he just kind of, I guess it last went off him outside the out of bounds. They did redo that goal kick. I don't know if it's too fast or what.
There was a substitution. Substitution, Connor. Unlike professional soccer, I believe there are unlimited substitutions. In professional soccer, you get 3 for 90 minutes, and I believe you get 1 added if it goes into extra time.
And
High school's a bit different.
yeah, and also players substituted out can come back in.
Right, as well.
Now, one interesting thing you will see soon for the next substitute for Weston, I assume, is goalie of last quarter, Zachary Myers. Or, no, never mind. I thought he was going in for a sec.
No. And that was an interesting free kick awarded. I really didn't understand why that one was awarded. Looks like a nice play by Icky. And a free kick awarded to Weston, and a nice play by Iatrides to not only get the free kick and the ball, but played to Krillman, who will play it to the center to Janovker, and it's taken away. We look to see some more communication from the Weston team. Let your players know, man on.
Still half possession, bringing it up in almost like a 5v4 scenario.
We'll see again, and I'm going to belabor the point even more. The 4-2-3-1 allows you to shift up those 2 center defensive mids, so you actually get 6 attackers, and then if your fullbacks push up, which is what they're supposed to do, you can actually get 7 attackers on 1 rush, which is, I mean, that's difficult to stop.
You really do hope. I don't think I've seen Weston really have a good shot at goal yet. Their 1 goal came from a penalty kick, but hopefully on this corner kick you see him get some offense going, which they're able to hold the ball well.
So I was discussing this earlier today, the corner kicks, because they're indirect, are actually much less valuable than they are in normal soccer. Because in normal soccer,
You
like,
can't go for goal.
you can also head the ball in.
Yeah.
Here, you can't. As the ball is played down, but it looks like Weston will successfully handle the ball. The ball will be kicked out of bounds. And
Weston retains possession.
Weston will take possession.
Just under 15 minutes left here in the second quarter. Still a 1-1 tied game.
But Weston, I would argue, has been dominant in this second quarter, Connor, so far.
Yeah, they really held ball control well, but
And limited shots on goal.
limited shots on goal. But so far in the second quarter, the ball has been in Western territory.
It's been in
much
Weston
more.
territory. However, Weston has controlled the ball, and Kevin Joseph has had a pretty light quarter so far.
Yeah, that's another thing you see. Weston defense so far this game has been really good at limited shots on goal. Only about 2 got through in the first quarter,
Despite the goal.
one of them being a goal.
Despite one of them being an incredible shot. Which is something that, unfortunately, as a defender or a goalkeeper, you cannot control.
At this point, the only time the ball gets through, there's almost no one there for the Western side to put it in the goal. They can just kick it out.
And Wayland will have another attack. But the ball will be not successfully cured, but it'll be... And that one will be kicked out of bounds by Erdos, sophomore for Weston. It'll be a Wayland kick-in.
Yeah, I think Wayland has adjusted well to this 4-2-3-1 in the second half because they're really playing defenders up and trying to keep the pressure on Western side. Despite not getting many shots, they're still able to keep the ball out of their territory completely. A good-looking cross there, but Holden's able to kick it out. And a corner kick here for Wayland.
Holden Langenhagen is the only starting freshman for the Weston Varsity team due to injuries. Sophomore, sorry. Just got word from my supervisor that he is a sophomore, not a freshman. So there are no starting freshmen. And that was not a very good looking cross by Wayland, if I do say so myself. Will be a Weston goal kick as Kevin Joseph does get some work here in the second quarter. But it looks like he's just going to pass it about maybe 5 feet to Tabers. Who's going to pass it right into the center to Janavker. Who's going to give it to Langenhagen. This is what we saw yesterday, Connor. I mean, they were working on this for half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, the short passes, just being able to control the ball and bring it up.
Well, Wayland presses the zone a lot, so it's important to be able to get it out. As Iatridis has a nice run, and he had put some nice shots on goal yesterday during practice. As Wayland goes on the attack once again, and Krielman is able to take the ball nicely and give a nice pass to Iatridis, who's going to look for some help, as it's a great pass to Icky, who looks to
Almost got a shot on goal, but
Marceau, and it will be blocked. But that was a nice looking play by Weston,
yeah, almost a great shot there by Marceau.
Yeah. Unlucky that it got blocked, but Wayland will retain the ball and try to move it upfield, but it will be stopped once again by the Weston defense, who have been looking very stout so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, it seems like every time Weston tries to go for passes in the Wayland end, it just gets intercepted. It seems the only success really on offense has come from deep kicks following up plays.
And Wayland is able to move past a few Weston defenders, but Kevin Joseph is able to hang on to the ball nicely and looking for someone to roll the ball to or throw the ball to.
A poor throw there by Joseph. You wish he would have just rolled that to a closer defender. Tried to huck it over, but got intercepted. Weston does retain possession now.
And they will be awarded a kick-in. And they will move the ball upfield, but it will be
Intercepted again by Wayland. It's just like
It's like full-on press in basketball a little bit. But
that's a free kick for Wayland here.
it looks like it should be a free kick for Wayland.
Under 10 minutes now in the second quarter. Still a 1-1 tied game. I'd like to say our thank yous to Jed Bartholomew on the bottom camera and Xander, Inga, and Josh Yee both helping man the top camera.
And a nice Weston attack forming here as Ayatrides, Janavkar, and Icky as the ball is given to Icky, and
Looked like Icky might have been offsides, but I'm not.
he is going to look for a cross as
Oh.
the
I think that might have been a tripping call on Wayland. That might be another penalty.
will
kick,
Weston
but
be
I'm not
awarded
positive.
another penalty in the box.
Looks like just a free kick.
That is a pretty difficult free kick, especially the fact that they're indirect.
Yeah, it looks like he might have to. Just
That's
go
almost
way
right on the end
outside.
line. That's right on the end line. He's probably gonna have to pass. He's definitely gonna have to pass
Do a
that.
short pass.
Yeah. An interesting situation here, folks, as Weston has a free kick, essentially on line with the goal.
Cross in just goes right over and out of bounds.
Looked like to be a shot.
I don't know if the goalie got his hands on it, but looks like he did, and that means Weston retains possession.
Weston be awarded another kick in, something that I've been saying quite a bit this second quarter.
Yeah, it's tough with the new rules to get adjusted and just have good terminology for everything.
A lightly populated stands today as social distancing and limited fans have taken action, but it is nice to see a lot of support for both teams out here today.
And we're glad that we can really do this year. Being able to broadcast to everyone, especially in this year when not as many fans can come to games, especially bigger type games like a rivalry game against Wayland. And I hope you're all enjoying the broadcast here. Any parent that, I know they limit it heavily for how many people can attend a game.
Weston is able to stymie the attack by Krillman and company. And they're looking to play the ball downfield as number 8 for Wayland moves it down, and there's something going
Garrett
on.
Spooner, the junior from Wayland, looking to almost outspeed the Weston end, but
And the
just
referee
gets
is
stopped.
awarding a free kick for Weston as Wayland is looking to substitute three or four more players back into the game, as there have been lively for substitutions today, unlike with Weston, who have had not as many comparatively.
Yeah, Weston is fairly confident in their probably more like a 13-14 man rotation.
Great play by Tabers right there to
Yeah, it
kick
looked
that
like he
ball out of
might
bounds.
have gotten like.
It looked like there was
hit
a
as he's
little
going, but
miscommunication between Tabers and Erdos, and
Tabers did take a big fall.
he looks to be okay though. It's a good thing. One of the captains this year, as Wayland has been awarded a kick in from about the goal line of the football field.
Now a corner for Wayland here, I believe. Once again, that indirect corner kick.
And no headers, so make it exceedingly difficult to score.
Seems like a lot of teams are doing the same type of thing where you pass it short, then the other player tries to kick a corner in, which we saw Weston do on the other end and just blocked again. that
Another
time. But
indirect corner kick awarded to Wayland.
it's definitely interesting how it kind of seems like a way around the new rules where you just pass it in and the other player does. But it does take away the player from the inside.
Yeah. Another cross, this one not as good as the first one. As
Wayland intercepts again, has the ball inside, but
Janavkar is able to clear the ball by himself and give an opportunity for Icky to chase down the ball, but he will be beat to the ball by Wayland number 29 on defense. And another cross goes in.
Yeah, that's Ryan McDonald for Wayland, the junior. He scored their first goal last game, their first goal of the season. A big part of that win for Wayland.
And Lee gets tripped and should be awarded a free kick on the, what's that, the 35-yard line? As Weston looks to keep pushing the attack and hopefully add another score to the game.
Yeah, under 5 minutes here. We're gonna try and get a scoreboard camera later to help you guys out. But right now, under 5 minutes, still a 1-1 tied game.
Weston has been aggressive so far in this second quarter.
Second half of the second quarter here, they're definitely trying to push more on offense.
And Lee makes a nice move, gets around a Wayland defender, puts
Takes
a
a
shot on
shot.
goal. That'll be easily corralled by the Wayland goalkeeper, but two great moves by Unho Lee.
And it looked like Lee might have had a through ball there, but he decided to elect to take it himself and try and get the shot off because Wayland interceptions have been high and great this game, but he didn't want to risk it again.
Right. Wanted to give the Wayland goalkeeper a little bit of work this second
Make
quarter.
sure he's still awake back there.
Weston again with the ball is they're trying to move it downfield, but a horde of Wayland defenders intercepts and then moves the ball back downfield as number 29 moves through a couple Weston defenders, passes it back, looking for a cross.
Blocked cross.
We blocked.
The defense on both ends has been so great here today that you don't see a lot of very intense moments inside the box. It's mostly just deep shots.
You see that block by Janov? He took
Yeah,
it
just
like a
takes it
champ.
on his back.
Took it like a champ. And another substitution as George Akopoulos will come in for somebody. It's unclear who came off for Weston. Oh, someone did. I believe
Looks
that
like
is Iatredes comes
He
off
looks
for
like
the
he's
last 2
slowly-
minutes and 20 seconds.
Looks like
of
he's
half.
slowly jogging. I hope he's doing okay there, but he might just be running all the way around the field.
Wayland has been awarded another kick in the Weston zone. But nothing has come of them so far this half. And it was,
Wayland free kick again.
I guess, too early on the kick in, and they will be awarded it again. A redo.
Deep ball inside. Kevin Joseph gets it. See, that's one of the spots where Wayland's side kicks it in. It's a good kick in, but you'd like to see a header there, but you just can't.
You just can't do it.
Wayland number 9 there could have headed it in, but in the new rules, you have to adjust your game against that.
And an interesting foul call, and I believe on number 9, Janovkirk. Did not seem like he did too much there, though, Connor. just maybe too good defense. Krillman hangs on to the ball just a tad too long, and the ball is taken by the Wayland attackers, and
Like a Wayland
a
free
Wayland
kick
free kick has
again.
been awarded, and the clock has
Looked like even the Wayland player
stopped moving as well.
wasn't sure what happened there.
Seems like the referees aren't sure what happened.
Yeah. It's a tough call.
Tough calls for referees, given that there's only two, and in professional soccer they usually have 2 side judges and one.
Wayland's doing the same
referee.
strat they seem to do a lot, where they just pass it to another player to get it over. It's
It's
number
booted in, and
29.
Joseph will hang on to that one as
Ryan McDonald who hit another deep shot. The clock is not running here, and I'm not sure what the issue is. It's stuck at the 2-minute warning in this game.
I don't think anyone has noticed as well, but hey, extra soccer for us, right, Connor?
Exactly, but it would be hard if a goal got scored at this point because it might be already over.
Yeah, you got to think whichever team that would happen to would be pretty disappointed.
And Wayland has it in Western territory, but can't get anything done with it, it looks like.
Wayland pass.
They call okay. The referees called the half there, I believe. It's just that the scoreboard
I believe
wasn't
the scoreboard was
taking
not
it.
working.
So we're going into halftime. Hopefully we'll get that fixed for next quarter.
Connor, what are your thoughts in this first half so far?
It's been competitive. Both defensive look stellar so far. Really no defensive breaks. A goal each, so some mistakes being made, but really few on defense. I wish the offensive got more kind of aggressive in some ways, but still, especially Wayland in that second quarter, the defense looked great, but the offense wasn't really getting anything done, while Wayland did have some shots.
Yeah, so, it's been interesting so far here today. But it's been a great game so far. I mean, the Weston team really has, the Weston defense really. Oh. Sorry, I didn't even see the camera. I was just looking. The Weston defense really has not let up many chances so far. I mean, I mean, that first one that happened wasn't even really a chance. It was just an incredible shot on goal outside of the 18-yard box. So, just a nice goal, and I think Weston has been much more aggressive down in the zone.
Yeah, and a lot of players on that defense have made some great stops. In the first quarter, Isaac Levine did well, and then Tabers and Lagenhagen both had some great plays in the second quarter. One interesting three, I mentioned Levine. He was getting checked for injury, but he's back with the team. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back into the game here.
Yeah, hopefully we get him back as a 10-minute halftime ensues. Beautiful day here at Proctor Field, the new Weston Field, which I believe the first year they started playing on it was last year, or was it the year before that?
It was last year. It was the first year of Proctor Field. Yeah, about 65 degrees, pretty sunny here. The clouds were coming out, but we do have a pretty strong sun today.
It's a beautiful day for soccer, a beautiful day for a soccer match, and the pitch looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's somewhat windy, but nothing here to stop a soccer game.
Nothing to stop a soccer game, that is for sure.
We're being stolen away to try and get a scoreboard cam today.
And our camera has been taken away from us.
I will switch that back
to the overhead cam. As Connor, any other thoughts about this first half so far? Or do you want me to get right into it? I've taken some notes.
Go for it, Michael.
Taken some notes. AP Psych has really improved my note taking so far this year. The class seems to be a lot about writing. So, the first quarter, Weston, their control in the defensive zone needs to be improved, I would say. And the ability for them to beat the press, I think, is one of the things that they need to work on the most. And that's what we saw them working on yesterday, right? Because when Wayland presses the ball upfield, or presses the ball when Weston has the ball in their own zone, that's when it gets most difficult to advance the ball upfield. And that's when you see mistakes that are extremely costly.
Yeah. A good amount of offensive mistakes by both halves, just giving the ball away. A lot of interceptions by the Wayland defense.
Right.
You're looking to see Weston get probably smoted with a lot of their passes out there.
Yeah, you look for them to make some better through balls, better passes that will lead to other passes, which hopefully can lead to more significant shots on goal. But if they need to be a little bit more defined in terms of their shape as well. Because a few times this half we've seen them clump up around the ball, and if they can spread out a little bit more and find those soft spots in the Wayland defense, they'll have a much greater ability to kind of find their next pass, and then that situation will kind of develop.
And one other thing, Weston defense does not seem to come too far up the field. At least two of them usually stay back,
right.
But they still have a lot good offensive attack, which allows them to rotate well with dimension 4-2-3-1. But Wayland does seem to make an adjustments in that second quarter of pressing their defenders up and trying to go for all-out attack, knowing that there's only probably going to be one guy on Weston looking back that you only have to cover with one defender.
Right, and building off of the defense, I think something that's super crucial is to limit defensive miscues in your own zone, right? Because I think we've seen that a couple times today where Wayland has just finished their run, finished their attack, and Weston has the ball but almost immediately gives it up, and that will create prolonged, defensive stands that Weston will need to make, and it is unclear how many of those they can withstand before another goal is scored.
Yeah, just coming on 5 minutes left in this halftime break before we get back to the game. You can see a great supervisor, Mr. Garland, out there behind the Weston bench, as you can see, trying to set up a scoreboard camera so all of you can see the scoreboard without us having to call out the time. Try and put that on the screen for all of you.
That would be incredible for me not to have to mention the time as much, Connor, because I feel like, remember last year when we did the basketball games and the football game, it seemed like every 5 seconds I was mentioning that.
Yeah, it is tough out here, especially with games that heavily timed like this. that we can't really take big breaks, I guess, without having to mention the time. I'm even forgetting this game. I only mentioned it every like 5 minutes. But hopefully we're trying to get better technology, more cameramen, trying to get our stuff together this time. Because last year, definitely in basketball, it's much more difficult because it feels like the time goes a lot faster versus some of these slower type games. We do have a scoreboard kind of set up. We're not getting feed from it yet. Hopefully we'll get that up for next half.
As the Weston coach seems to be giving a halftime talk to the Weston team, and hopefully that will lead to some more effective offense, and fingers crossed a goal.
Yeah, halftime adjustments I think would be big for this Weston offense here. Hopefully they're able to make better adjustments to get more aggressive, to have more people up.
Maybe not even more aggressive, just make some better passes, some smarter passes. But hopefully we'll see Levine come back into the game.
We're going to take a quick break while we wait for the half to start again in just a couple minutes.
You will hear us back extremely soon. And welcome back after a short needed break for both Connor and myself, as the second half is about to kick off. And with that, Zachary Myers comes back into the game. Zachary Myers comes back into the game as the goaltender for the Weston team. And let's see if Weston can put another one back up there. Huh, Connor?
Yeah, they got it done in the first quarter of the first half. We'll see what they can do.
First quarter saw both goals. Second quarter saw
better defensive play. And also Wayland was easier getting in that offense. Mistakes through that second quarter, I'd say, more so.
We zoomed in on Isaac.
Yeah, so Levine
is back on the field, number 24.
He's back on the field. We saw him get checked by Liz for injuries earlier. It's good to see him back out there.
And it looks like to be the starting line, like the starting lineup. Like the people who were on the field at first.
Usually in the second half, they go back to the starting lineup in almost all sports.
Let's go Weston.
Deep kick by Janofka, just giving it to the goalie.
Maybe a little too deep, Connor. What do you think about that one? Maybe they're trying to work on something there. I don't know.
Maybe they're trying to keep the goalie away because he did not see much work in that.
You know what? It could be. Maybe they're just trying to create a miscue on the Wayland defense, but did not get it there as
Wayland gets an
Tabers
up
will have to do a
ball,
little
but
bit of running
Tabers
there.
just taps it out, slows that Wayland offense there. That's Zachary Campana. He scored the first goal in this game. Quite fast. Seems to be outspeeding a lot of Weston players throughout this game.
And Wayland will play it back to their own goaltender, and then we'll play
kick it up.
back up to the field as
Janofka tried to get
a shoulder on it,
but
but was unsuccessful in doing so. As
Wayland in a 2-1-3
Another attack.
scenario. It looked like a trip there from Wayland, but nothing called. A good cross, but
and a great deflection by none other than Isaac Levine.
someone is
possibly
down on
saving
the field.
goal
I
there.
believe that's Icky on the field down.
I'm surprised the referees have not paused the game.
He had a tough hit. It looked like he was tripped hard, took a big fall.
And
And there's
hopefully-
no timeouts in the game, so I
Right.
don't know if they can stop.
Well, the
which is-
referees can stop the game for an injury, but it looks like he's okay and gets up.
He is hobbling up. Hopefully he's
As a
doing
mistake
good
is created in the Wayland zone as Lee makes a nice move around one defender and is unable to track down that ball. As Wayland is awarded a free kick for apparently no reason. I don't understand that. I mean, Janofka was at the ball. Like,
And they're not giving a substitute to Weston despite them having the player out there. I don't know what's going on here with Nate Icky, who's clearly injured on the field. Why they're not
I don't know.
stopping this and getting him out.
I mean, they just had a free kick. This is
Are you guys Weston fan? What link can you go to online to check? What link can you go to watch this game online?
It's on YouTube. It's Weston High School.
as Weston will get the ball in, and
Weston High School.
Nate Icky
Live.
will be awarded. Nate Icky will go off as he looks like he's going to need some help from Riz, the trainer, as the referees, I think, fumbled that one a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like they should have called the injury timeout.
They should have
earlier.
called it, and they didn't even need to call an injury timeout because they had a break for a substitution. I don't know why they didn't.
Luckily,
allow a
Nate
Weston
Icky is not getting significantly looked at by Riz. Looked
That
like
should
a
be a
handball.
handball.
It is called a handball. Ref almost missed it, but outrule from the Weston bench makes the ref call it.
Referee, I think, has been missing a few of these today. As that was most clearly a handball, and if it were not for pretty much every single Weston player on the field, I don't know if he would have saw that.
Yeah, it is hard to see because the Wayland player did slide and looked like it could have hit his back, but yeah. So Nate Icky is not getting significantly looked at, which is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
That he's not too hurt. He is taking a breather, but not getting checked on by Rez.
I'm sure he could use a breather after
Nick
the amount of
Janofka.
running he's doing. Shot
It's a
on goal.
Goalie almost fumbles it, but
I
able
know.
to pull it in.
He needed to grab that rebound. I mean, if that happens again and Weston's a little bit more preemptive on that, I think that could be very good
Through
for
ball. It
Weston.
looks like it goes out.
Another through ball will go out, and Weston will be awarded the kick-in as we get a help from a fan.
Another Wayland interception. Seems like that happens a lot, but can't
Tabers
get
is
anything
right
good on
there
the through ball.
to boot it back out of the zone, and Levine makes another probably 2 or 3 nice plays on the ball right there.
Levine, a couple goals could have been gone without Levine's defense so far. It's really been great for his second start in high
I
school
know, it's
soccer.
incredible.
Janofka
is unable to handle the ball and is taken away as
miscommunication for Wayland. A big tumble down below.
but Myers makes a nice saving play on the ball, and that is why you have a goalie, Connor.
It did look like Weston should have just let the ball go to him, but
And Wayland will sub 3 on and 3 off as they are awarded a free kick in the one area I cannot see. Because I got a pole in front of my face. Wayland with the free kick.
looks like Wayland not too aggressive here, playing a lot back.
Ooh. So if he was able to get
He was
there,
almost
man.
able to intercept that kick. It was
Nonetheless,
close, but
Lee passes to
Janofka bringing it
Janofka.
up. Janofka,
Makes
one
one nice move.
of the captains, and had a great game so far, scoring the penalty kick goal and
Mm-hmm.
and having a lot of great plays, but nothing able to do there. As Weston has a strong attack, almost a 5-on-3 here on defense.
You can see how the Weston defense kind of forms as the Wayland
But a
attack
deep
forms.
cross, kind of giving it up. You'd like to see Wayland get a lot more aggressive if they would have tried to play that, but
I don't know.
nothing done. Oh, a great,
And
almost a great shot again by.
But a great. I mean, that's a good save right
It's
there.
a solid save. Zachary Campana almost gets his second goal of the game with some good dribbling.
But outside of him, Wayland has not had that much success on shots on goal so far. However, this quarter, Wayland is controlling the ball far more than they have in the game, as Tabers is going to have to...
It's like an almost open shot. Decides to go for the cross. Oh.
That was close. Weston's got to be a little bit more disciplined back there.
Yeah. It was a good
Another cross goes in.
Nothing
Tabers is
coming
able
from,
to stop it, and Levine is able
from
to
any of
clear
these
it.
of them.
No. And it will be a goal kick for Myers, as that was almost a dangerous moment right there, Connor.
Yeah, it was scary. You didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, I mean, that is the nature of the game. You don't know what's going to happen, but luckily for Weston, we were able to avert a near goal, as Janovka is looking for some help and plays it upfield, and Iatredes is right there.
Oh, looks like Wayland player gets in his way, so the ball just rolls out of bounds. But it is a Weston
It
kick.
should be a Weston kick right there, and hopefully we can make something of this. But so far, without the use of the head on free kicks, kick-ins, corner kicks, it's
Weston substitution. Levine coming out of the game. He had a strong first part of the quarter.
been... Erdos will come in for him once again. Lee with the ball down way in the Wayland zone.
Yeah,
Makes a
he's-
nice move.
He has some great
Looking for
ball
some help
handling
in the middle of the
skills.
field. Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah, Lee
that
has,
was
Lee has
something
shown
right
his
there.
great ball handling skills, but unable to get anything of it there. He had a shot in
He
the
made
first
two
half.
or three nice moves right there, and looked for a cross, but it was
deflected out of
successfully
bounds.
deflected. But that will provide an indirect corner kick for the Weston team, as probably go to Iatredes to Krillman and then back to Iatredes. Oh, Krillman's gonna keep it and give it to Janovka.
Janovka takes a shot, but
Beautiful toe poke right there,
and
wasn't
also
it?
a good save by Wayland defender.
Yeah,
but-
I did not expect him to shoot that one, but it was a great shot.
Yeah, he tried to catch the Wayland goalie off guard because no one really expected him to shoot that. And it was a good shot as well, but Wayland able to haul it in. I believe that's
Wayland defender goes hard into Marceau,
Max Brandy.
and Icky
the
will come
goalie.
back into the game for Marceau.
And Max Brand hasn't given up a goal so far this year that's not on a penalty kick. Hasn't given up a real-time goal so far this year.
Connor, they've played less than 2 games.
Exactly. But pointing out that he did shut out Weston in the first game.
That is
Clean
true.
slate.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. Does not have a shutout today, though, as Weston was awarded a penalty and Janovka put it right into the back of the net, as Weston looks to go back on the attack, as Iatredes gives a nice ball to Icky, but it will be a little bit too far and out of reach.
Yeah, it's good to see Icky back on the field looking better. He did take a really hard fall, got the wind knocked out of him. Looked like it could have been more there, but thankfully nothing serious.
Thankfully, nothing serious happened.
Wayland free kick here.
At the 40-yard line,
Yeah, almost 10 minutes left in this
third quarter. And it has been quiet since the pretty much midway through, as Krillman is able to get the ball looking for a pass.
Able to
Gets around
dribble
one
through,
defender, gets around
two,
another.
But
Oh,
stopped there.
that was almost really
Almost
good,
a
though.
breakaway.
As Wayland now has a strong attack, but another good deflection by the Weston defense. Boy, I'll tell you. Was that Holden laying it? I think it was, man. He's been playing a great game so far today. He's played this entire game, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah, a lot of Western players aren't being subbed out. A couple defensive changes.
Uh-oh.
A good shot, and Myers able to save it, but wasn't able to pull it in, and a rebound.
That's scary right there. You do not like to see that kind of rebound with no one near it. As
Yeah.
Weston's got to get it out of the zone right
Yeah,
here.
Ben Chen having some great dribbles and pass there. For Wayland, 13.
Wayland will
Ben
cross
Chen
it
with the
in.
cross. Gets it through, but great defense. Wow. It looked like that ball was going
Oh my God.
as slow as a
Unreal,
snail
and
as
now
it flew.
Weston is back on the attack. Oh! Oh!
Oh, almost a
God.
goal there for Trees. Had a breakaway. A very bad play by the Wayland defender. Tried to tip it back to the goalie.
I'm this close
And
to having a
Trees
heart
gets
attack,
there.
Connor. I mean, that was
Wow,
that
what
was so
one
much.
string of plays. You think a goal's going to go in, a wide open
You think a
goal's
goal's gonna go on Weston,
A
and then it
save
comes
by
back down the
Myers,
field.
rebounds, crosses back in. From
No
Ben Chen,
one's there.
missed shot.
Weston, no, but Wayland had the shot, and then it gets deflected, and then they boot it all
then-
the way down the field, and Iatrese has a
Iatrese is
one-on-one.
just open.
Oh my
And that was a
God!
brutal mistake by the Wayland defender.
That's
where Iatrese gets
probably-
an open shot, but
The scariest moment of the game for both teams in this half.
Max Brand is able to get in Iatrise's face, not let him take the shot, deflect it out to the
And
side.
an indirect free kick.
Janowka
as
trying to bring it
Janowka
up.
was
Looking for a call, but wasn't given
nothing
one.
there. As that ball's gonna stay in bounds. Wow. Thought that one would
Looked
go
like
out.
Western players were looking for some sort of call
I didn't get anything
in the
there.
box there, but nothing for them.
Connor puts on his press passes. Wayland will get a kick in from their own 42-yard line, or well, the equivalent of that. Looking for some passes. Wayland.
Oh,
That will be a free kick awarded to Wayland.
to Wayland. I thought that was going to be Western.
And
It looked like-
Krillman looks on in dismay as I did not think, as he and both Connor agreed that should
Yeah.
not have been a free kick
Yeah.
awarded to Weston.
It looked like the Wayland player just ran through him while he tried to make a stop. It was Zachary Campana again having a great game so far. Really the only thing going on that Western offense.
Wayland offense.
Wayland offense.
Weston
sorry.
offense has been pretty diverse in terms of attackers today, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of it is from a lot of the actual shot attempts is from the more midfield in terms of Janowka. But a shoulder out, still very interesting to see that, and being not called a handball, which it would have just last year with headers being gone.
A kick in awarded for Wayland as
It looked like it.
Unho Lee now seems to be a little bit distraught with the calls from the referee.
He's been frustrated. He's been arguing a lot with the refs so far.
Seems that the referees are.
But it's good to see him not get too angry. Maybe draw himself a card as we continue on. A deep kick from Wayland and good shoulder. One player
Able to
there.
Keep the ball and
Able to get nothing done.
move it downfield
Looks
as the ball is intercepted. And a
Through
great
ball.
through ball for
Iatrese
Iatrese.
had
Can he
another
get
open,
there?
but
No, he
Wayland
cannot. As
defender
Wayland
was
defender
stopped.
just gets there in time, boy. Boy, if that was just
yeah.
a
That's
struck,
Garrett Spooners, who's had some really good defensive stops.
if that was
for
struck a
Wayland.
little less strongly, I think that would have been a great chance for Weston.
Bench
A
with the
great ball
deep kick
put
in.
in.
It looks like an open lane, but a bit too far. Almost a great pass from Ben Chen to Jackson Trennans. Good
Great save by Myers.
Almost fumbles it at the end. A deep kick in.
Boy,
I
I'll tell
believe
you
that was
what,
from Drennan.
he's had a lot more work today than Kevin Joseph has, and he's made a lot of nice saves.
It looks like Weston might also trust him more as they're playing defenders more up when he's in the game versus Joseph.
Yeah.
But both of them have had solid games.
Well, if I can quote John Madden for you, Connor. I mean, obviously it's football, but he used to say if you got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. So I wonder, does that apply, for goalkeepers, goaltenders? Do you
I
think?
wouldn't say so because both of them are solid goaltenders, and
That's true.
And I think the big thing is keeping them fresh, getting them in there. That's
true.
rest, and then they'll have all the energy to dive when they're in the game for the
Yeah,
quarters.
the Wayland goaltender's had his fair share of work as Krillman takes the ball on the far side, passes it to Janowka, who's going to look for a cross for Lee as he might get there. And he does, looking for a cross.
See if Lee can put on some of his ball handling skills, but he tries to get it into Icky, but can't get anything
And
done.
a great ball for the Wayland attack. as-
Lagenhagen trying to get back, and a through ball to Drennan's. He has a good shot, but solid defense there.
Solid
no call.
defense.
It looked like he got tripped on the ball.
Nah, I don't. That shouldn't have been a penalty. What do you think about that one, Connor?
Yeah, it was close, but
I think that was a good no call by the referee.
yeah, I think he just stopped the ball and the Wayland player went right over the ball, but
Yep.
it could have been a call. We don't know.
Close one there.
Close call.
Likes to give liking to give
no.
me some heart attacks.
Wayland, I believe, has the
Indirect corner kick. Something that
And a couple substitutes from Wayland again. Once you said Wayland has been substituting probably
keeping a lot of their
10
players
times,
fresh.
10 times more than Weston. Weston's had about
Weston subbed about 2 to 3 players, and Wayland subbed.
about 30 maybe.
And another nice save by, well, not save, but Zach Myers just makes a nice play on the ball there.
Yeah, one thing for Myers is a lot of the times he gives off rebounds instead of hauling the ball, but other than earlier this
And a great
morning,
backwards
wow.
pass by Lee.
That was an
as
incredible
Janovka makes
pass.
a nice play, and they have 3
on
men.
3. Almost
Oh.
a through, but an icky, but gets stopped. Wow, that was a
That was
great
almost
pass
a
by
great
Lee.
play. Janovka is able to
Get the ball back.
as Lee pushes through a couple defenders, and that should be a Weston kick in. Should play right into the middle of Krillman as he is wide open and they're
Too
gonna-
fast again. It looks like, really, so far this game, you can't really get that momentum on the kick in.
No, you can't. They're slowing it down too much.
Um,
For both sides as well. Misplay by Wayland gives the ball to Tabers, who's looking ahead, looking to give it to someone.
oh, over the
Nice
head.
bicycle kick. As
Yeah, we're gonna
Weston's
through
got to get
ball.
back on defense right now.
The cross could get into.
Grillman stops it and
Dennis, no.
boots it out of the zone. He's had a nice game today.
Yeah.
He's played a nice game today.
All the defenders on West Ham, deep shot and able to go in. Wow.
That's frustrating.
Wow.
Did he score the first
That's
one?
the second goal by Zachary Campana. It looked like he shot it through like 5 players there. Zachary Myers had no idea the ball was coming and it just gets through. Almost the same.
Nothing you can do about that. Like, Weston's playing good defense there.
And
too.
that's the second time he's had that deep shot goal.
I'll
His
say
defense-
this. Weston has looked like the stronger team this game. Like, they've played much more aggressively. They've had much more, like, they've controlled the ball better and had
It
much
looks like
stronger
it's-
passes. So
Weston
that's-
also has had a lot more mistakes, I'd say, in terms of miscommunications and everything.
That's true.
He's getting it, blocking the goalie's view, and Campana has had these deep balls, and they know that
I mean, he's been their entire offense today.
Wayland has seemed to take in a lot of deep ball shots. They seem to know that it's somewhat of a Weston weakness here.
I don't know if it's a weakness, but maybe it's just all that they can get, you know?
And Wayland bringing the ball up, gives it to Campana again as he brings it up, looking for the cross, gets in, but no one there. Yes, there is a shot, and another goal.
Another goal.
Myers tips that in. Wow, it looks like Wayland just stealing momentum here.
And the Weston players are
It looks like
really
after
frustrated.
it looks like after that second goal, Weston just kind of weren't trying as hard to give up.
I don't know if it wasn't trying as hard, but it more was they weren't paying enough attention, and Wayland goes on the attack again, and that's just what they gotta stop. You know, Weston again, the defensive miscues. I've talked about this before the game. I was talking about this to you yesterday, and I was talking about this during halftime. If Weston needs to limit their defensive miscues, because that's the only thing keeping this from a 3-1 game to being a 1-0 game for Weston.
Yeah.
That's the only difference in this game.
Do we
They've
know
had.
who scored that goal there?
I pretty much bowed my head there, Connor. I was not paying enough attention. Few Weston players were obviously very disappointed with.
I couldn't tell. It might have been Christopher Nunn there, number 14, but
I don't know. Krillman's wide open right now. And he's in the middle of the field. Look, no one within 5 yards of him.
Uno trying to bring it up.
Makes a nice move.
Good
He's
ball
had a
handling.
stronger-
Brings it inside.
Looking for a shot.
Open player takes a shot and a great save by Wayland goalie.
That's
What
a good save. That's a good
What
shot.
a save! Almost gets the open shot.
That's
there.
a junior to junior right there, and that's Unho Lee to Krillman, and I'll tell you what, they were practicing that pretty much all summer, Connor. I mean, that, you know, I'll say this, they have been 2 of the better players this game so far, generating a lot of offenses. Krillman's looking for someone to give the ball to, gives it to Lee, but that ball is taken away. But that was a good shot, but just a better save.
Yeah, and
Weston's got to work quickly here now.
Max Brand is
1 minute left in the quarter and only 1 quarter to go.
He's had a great game on goal, Maxwell Brand.
Krillman draws the free kick, and seems like I've been saying his name a lot recently.
Yeah, just under a minute.
Seems to be always around the ball, which is always a good thing.
Just under
Tabers
a minute
boots it in, and
so trying to get a quick goal.
gotta
to
get
Icky, but
Nate Icky
kicked
involved.
off
And that'll be another
one
indirect free
corner.
kick.
You got to get this
Oh,
off
indirect
fast.
Now Weston,
You have to get this off fast with just 30 seconds to play. Try to get it in and for a goal, but
hurry up! Oh boy.
20 seconds now. Let's see if Weston can get anything done. Looks like they're giving it
Tabers looking for somebody.
inside, right to the goalie. Goalie
Good
makes a
save.
save. 10 seconds left. It looks like,
And that will probably lead us to the end of the quarter.
unless Icky can get through here. Whoa!
Nothing awarded by the referee, and
Looked like should have been a
does
call
not
there.
look good there.
Another tough push on Icky. He's taken a lot of shots this game, but
Oh,
maybe the
damn.
ref thought it was too
That's-
close to over for anything to be done.
That's what we got to avoid right there, man. That's such a difficult quarter. Connor, take it away. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, after the first goal, which it was pretty competitive up to there, just momentum being taken by Wayland to get that second goal of the quarter to bring it to a 3-1 lead.
Frustrating.
Frustrating indeed for the players, and
I mean,
another-
it's not Zachary Meyer's fault. I mean, he honestly, those. Like, I feel like that. At least that's first goal of the third quarter. He had no shot at that one. That was
yeah,
just a great shot.
The second goal
The
was
second
a
one-
one-on-one, and you kind of got to guess where they're going to shoot it.
Honestly though, I think that was where we see the defensive miscue. That's where the Weston defense just completely broke down. And if you go back, and we'll probably go back to this later, I'm assuming the Weston players are going to look back at this game. If you look at who was angry, or who was talking to who after they had scored, you could see Janowker and Krillman both talking to, I don't know who it was, but they're both exclaiming to the Weston defense about, some sort of miscue because
And one interesting thing we saw there is on that second goal, Weston tried to be more aggressive right after they gave up the goal, and only had 2 or 3 defenders back, and that let someone go up the right side of the field and just be open.
Yeah.
So you like to see Weston aggression, but it's also don't get too aggressive. Don't get too frustrated right after goal set that you bring everybody up when you have to.
I gotta
still
ask you,
keep on
Connor,
defending.
is this game out of reach for Weston at this point?
I really don't think it is, just because Weston's look good. If
Weston's played a really, really strong game. They have just had 3 miscues, and that's it.
and
But
there's
every
still-
single
and
one of those
there's-
miscues has led to a goal.
And there's still 20 minutes to go. That's a solid amount of time.
That's a solid amount of time to score 2 goals and possibly a third. But what Weston needs to do is they need to get more precise passing in the defensive zone, and they cannot allow Wayland to just. They cannot make those simple mistakes. They just can't. That's what it comes down to. Wayland has not made those simple mistakes, and Weston has. But it's honestly though, I think Weston, in my opinion, has looked like the better team today. They've looked like the stronger team outside of those
Yeah,
few
in the
mistakes.
first half, I agree with you, but just in that second half, Wayland just outplayed him. I think the
Outworked him a
score
little
shouldn't.
bit.
The score should not be.
The score does
I'd
not
say it should
this-
be a 2-1 game, but
The score does not reflect the
it's
game.
pretty even. I would give the edge to Wayland.
Just based
but-
off of that third quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see how strong Weston comes out. And I'm assuming we're going to see Kevin Joseph here in this fourth quarter, but that's no slight to Zachary Myers, who I thought has played an excellent game so far today.
that's just how Weston does their goals.
I mean, throughout the first 18 minutes of the third quarter, he played perfection. And then in the last 2 in the 18th minute they scored twice.
Yeah, so 20 minutes still to go. You really hope Weston comes out with fire and trying.
So do you think Weston's
bring it
going to
back.
change their formation here?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's been
The 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
You would look for them to go into an attacking formation here, though. At least
They
push
have-
At least push these two. At least push Krillman and Janowka upfield at least a little bit. You gotta
It looks
generate
it's closer
offense.
to like a 4-4, 1-1 maybe, but
don't
still
know.
it's.
Wayland looks like they're just probably going to try to keep more control over the ball this quarter rather than make more attacks. But Weston's gotta get the ball.
I mean, like I said, keep going at him. If you're Wayland, don't try and just play defense.
If I were Wayland, I wouldn't let up. Like, you can't let up again, especially because Weston has played an equal to better game so far. Unholy with another nice move. He's been on a tear so far. Janavkar with the ball within striking distance, looking for a pass, gives it to Krillman, gives it to Lee, and gets bodied a little bit by a Wayland defender. And
yeah, plays on Weston on that offense, Janavkar and Lee, both have had great ball handling, but they really can't get anything done off of it. There's no.
They need they're missing like one more pass. You know?
Yeah, and that's another great tip to the Wayland defenses. Their interceptions so far this game have made some players on Weston scared to pass the ball because they think a Wayland player is just waiting for the pass to come in. Ooh, great play by Trees, getting the ball.
And Krillman looks for a defender. And this is where you got to push it. And that is
right to a Wayland defender. Again, another interception. Ball back. Yeah, Wayland's just trying to waste time. I wish to see them go more on the attack because that's what worked for them so far this game. Playing defense by Wayland has not been their strong suit.
No.
But playing on that attack, getting aggressive.
This is what you're talking about right here.
The ball
a little too strong, maybe.
Joseph able to kick it out.
You think he could have grabbed that with his hands?
I think it was close to out of the box, but I'm not positive. And it could have been risky. The Wayland player could have just tried to kick it.
The Wayland player was right there, Connor. Oh boy. Wayland with the ball.
Play by Joseph.
Jesus, that was
a deep kick.
That was that from the 30? I think it was from the 30.
Yeah, and Wayland knows it's still Zachary Campagna. He knows that that's where they're scoring goals.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty much been their entire offense today. I mean, when the man of the match comes out, assuming
deep kick, but goes right to Wayland.
Jesus, what a ball handling by Janavkar though. Did you see that? The juggling mid-play. Iatridis plays it back to Janavkar, who needs to look out wide because Luka is wide open, but finds a man inside. Icky, who gives it to Lee on the outside, looking for some help, gets around one defender. Still,
but he just gets collapsed on by about 4 defenders.
Wayland is
playing.
playing.
Hope that someone could be open there. Janavkar trying to bring it up.
Finds Krillman in the middle of the field, looking for some help. Finds Marceau, gives it back to Janavkar, who's looking for someone to make a run.
Ball gets in towards Iatridis. See if he can get anything done, but a good stop there.
A Weston kicking.
Good stop there by Eric Zane, the senior.
Boots it up, and that'll be another Weston kicking.
Hits
the Gator. Oh boy. Almost hit Riz. What would he have done without Riz?
Yeah.
Luka with the ball at about the 40-yard line.
Tries to kick it up and back out of bounds.
These kick-ins are so much worse than.
And it's very slow. Usually you just run up and throw the ball in, but
they're so much less ineffective. They're so much more ineffective than a throw-in.
Because with the throw-in you can try and throw it over.
You can throw it over, but the kick-in you really can't. So it really is advantageous more often than not to kick the ball out of bounds just somewhere.
Wayland's still playing a very defensive game so far this quarter.
And Weston needs to put a little bit of press as 5 minutes have drained off the clock and not as much time left. 15 minutes and 30 seconds.
A couple opportunities. Though how Weston's playing and what both teams are playing so far, I definitely think Weston can get back in this game.
Again, Weston's been stronger in this quarter so far, in this first 5 minutes.
And I think that also ties into how Wayland's trying to play their defense. They're playing 5 people back at all points so far this quarter.
But Weston still has been Jesus.
Yeah, and I don't
Lee
like...
took one off the head there, and let's see if he's okay.
I don't like this way of playing. I think you should continue to do what's working.
Well, because their defense has not been their strong suit this game. Weston has had chances. So, that'll be
it has worked so far this quarter. Weston can get it up, but they're not able to get any shots off so far.
And Lee deflects it again out of bounds, and
Western players just look slow as well.
they look gassed.
Yeah.
They've played a lot of the game though, so
that second goal was
that might just be a testament to
that
the
second
depth
goal.
of the Weston team to compare it to the depth of the Wayland team. You know?
Yeah, Wayland's able to substitute like 3 players every 5 minutes, and it's worked well for
Yeah.
them.
Nate Icky
but-
looks a little tired. He's been running pretty much this entire game.
And taking a bunch of big shots.
know.
He's going to be sore after this one.
Yeah, he's gonna need to see Riz tomorrow, or Monday. That's gotta be a foul.
I think it's a Weston.
That should be a
free
Western
kick.
free kick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tripping call trying to take out-
Referees have not been on Weston's side this year. Not that they're supposed to be, but they've been more on Wayland's side so far. I
Yeah,
would
a
say.
couple. Weston definitely arguing more with the refs.
Well, I
about
would say this
some-
because Wayland, the referees have missed or nearly missed some extremely big calls. You know?
But a lot of those calls could have gone either way.
Yeah,
They were
but it just
close
seems like they
calls,
keep
but-
going Wayland's way though. Janovker looking for some
Pass
help.
back to
Levine,
Levine. Levine kicks it up, but
just a little not in the right place.
looks like his own player intercepted his pass there.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it was going the right direction. As Wayland has a
Bringing the
nice
ball
attack.
up. Good shot. Over, but ooh.
If they had
Close
someone
shot.
there,
But a save? No, it gets called out of bounds.
Jesus,
If
that's
Wayland
dangerous.
had a player across
That's
on the
dangerous.
cross, that could have been an easy goal.
That's dangerous right there. That's what I'm talking about. Weston's played a solid quarter, and then that happens. It's like, where's the defense? Where is it? Like, there's got to be someone that you can't allow that to happen. You
And I
know?
think it's also the after that second goal was scored by Wayland, it's that score now mentality. We got to
know.
bring this back.
They-
And the defense has been.
Weston's got to play more aggressive, but they just need to play more. I mean, I'm going to say it again. They got to play more disciplined. But looks like Levine is going to get the ball right here. Oh, guess not. Kevin
Deep
Joseph will
kick
kick
by
it up.
Joseph up to Janovka.
That was a hand, a head. I don't know. It
I
hit.
think he jumped over.
It hit in the league. He did something wrong. He did something
I
wrong.
think he hit it with his head, and it's not a call. Giving it to Tabers. Bringing it up to Lagenhagen. See if Weston can get anything going in almost the second half of this quarter. Out of bounds
Another
again,
Weston kicking.
kick.
Again, Weston's pretty. I think they've dominated time of possession, at least in this quarter.
But
They've
that
had-
also kind of showed you how Wayland's playing, and it has worked. There's been no shots on goal for Weston, really. How Wayland's been
No.
playing super defensive. Weston gets up there, but they just can't make a shot, or can't take a shot.
They're
even, for
swarming
that
the
matter.
ball.
Exactly. You have 5 players back there. So what if Weston gets behind your front 3? You still got a full defense going.
Ooh, good move by Krillman. Finds a nice pass with Berardinelli. Let's see if Luca gives a nice pass to Marceau. Looking for a cross. Time to cross the ball.
I don't think
He's
anything's
got to
done.
cross that right there.
Looks like it might have gone out for the corner, but they do give it as a goal kick.
See, like,
But there's no one open on the cross, and Wayland's
yeah,
interception.
but you got to get someone down there though. Like, because that's like, right there, Marceau has nowhere else to take the ball. Like, there's nothing else he can do besides pass it backwards. So, my thinking is like, you got to have people in the box. You got to have people ready to like.
I mean,
kick
but
it in.
also with the way Wayland's intercepted, you're just expecting
I
someone
know,
to be there
but
ready
you got to
to
at least
intercept the ball.
you got to take a chance though.
A whistle there. Weston free kick.
Yeah, it should be a Western free kick. My goodness. Krillman looks like he's gonna take it, give it to Janovker, who's gonna look for
Wish they tried to
look
go
for
for
some
it.
magic.
Wish they tried to go for a goal there or something else. But
Levine
Levine
runs
gets
that
back
one
on
down.
defense.
Ooh, a
Gets
nice
around.
move. Looking for a pass upfield, gives it to Krillman. A little too hard again to handle.
Just a boot up
Berardinelli
the
just
field
boots it off the
and
field.
out of bounds.
And out of bounds. 10 minutes nearly off this
And
quarter.
No success really.
10
for
minutes
either
left in the
team.
game. A pretty stagnant.
Good in. Ooh,
Jesus.
off his own player's head.
His own
there.
player's head, but maybe this will turn into something for Weston as he looks to find Lee.
Janovka up to Lee. he can do anything with the ball, just kicks it up. A fight for it, but
Again,
Wayland
nothing comes
goalie
of it.
shoves him out of the way and grabs the ball.
Shoves his own player out of their way. Rolls it out wide as Weston needs to make something happen here. Unho Lee looks to be a little bit injured. Calls for a
Deep
sub as
ball. Good defense by Levine
Yep.
and gets
Yep.
a trap.
Yep. And Lee is injured. That is not looking good. He has played. I'll tell you what. He started off a little slow in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter.
Yeah,
in the first 10 minutes of this game, of this half, he has played incredible.
His ball handling has been good.
It's been on point this entire game. Him and Nick Janovka, I'd say, have had the best ball handling so far at Weston.
Best ball handling in the game so far, I'd say.
Yeah.
But they really can't get anything done with it.
And you know, Nate Ickey's had a bunch of nice runs. Krillman, I mean, he's been seemingly always at the center of action today.
But they really can't get anything done with it, and that's the thing. You gotta get a shot off even, and they haven't been able to.
I know.
They bring it up fine. They play solid enough defense.
It seems like as soon as they get, within that 20-yard line, everything breaks down for Weston.
Deep kick by Tabers up to midfield,
But Wayland is able to gather that one, and Weston.
and it looks like a lot of these deep kick. Anytime Weston takes a deep kick, it just kicks it up.
I don't know if there's not. I don't know how much you can do on those kicks.
But on the other side of the field, Wayland's done it successfully. Found a player that's lurked to the outside and got a kick out there.
Luckily, it's incredible. Kick in for Wayland. Is that too early? Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, I'm not sure what the call was there.
Now they're giving Weston the ball?
I think maybe it was Weston ball the whole time, but they.
Oh,
but
you could
Wayland
be,
just
you
took
could
it
be right.
fast. But continuing pass back.
Tabers
and
looks
way up by
upfield.
Tabers. He does have Iatredes down there, but
Unable
nothing
to
able to do
make
with
anything
that.
come of it. As Tabers had a nice game so far.
Great block there.
Krillman again, always at the center of action today.
Iatredes tries to get something done, and he can't get it. And I think out of bounds kick. No, yeah, out of bounds kick. Weston kick ball. Hopefully, I wish they'd bring up more defenders at this point in the game. Under 10 minutes left, and you're down.
And you're down 2, so you got to make.
Gotta be aggressive.
That would be Iatredes who gives it to Janovka. Looking for something, looking for a pass.
Almost slips there. Deep ball in.
No one
Goalie
there.
will get
Oh,
it, but tipped
a
off.
chance.
Rebound. No.
That's just. What's that? What is the call? Is that a penalty?
I don't believe it's a penalty. I think it's a free.
You got to put this one on goal. This is right outside the 18-yard box. You got to put this one on goal.
Wayland is very close to the ball.
No. They got to back up 10 yards. 10.
That's what I thought. I was wondering why the play was so close.
It has to be indirect. So what I'm thinking is that either
Tip it to
Iatredes or
Janov.
Krillman's gonna just give it to Janovka and he's gonna boot it into the goal. That's what I'm thinking. And let's see if we get some magic here with 13 minutes.
About 6 guys sitting in front of the goal, not to mention the goalie there. It's going to have to be an incredible shot.
And it is!
Wow!
What a goal! That's his second goal of the game.
It's a great set play there. And
What? Did I not say that was gonna happen? Did I not say that was gonna happen? What
Yeah.
a goal!
Looked like a play that had
And
back
that
as
is
a
in
set
the
play and
74th minute of the game.
incredible shot. Not many players on either team could take a shot.
I think
like
he
that.
might be the only player on the field who can make that shot.
Yeah,
And
it's between
Weston,
him and
Weston, with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game, comes within 1.
Deep ball. Don't get complacent here.
Oh, it is time that Weston needs to put on the gas because this is it, Connor. You got 6 minutes left in this game, and
Yeah, it looked like Weston got excited about the goal and almost gave up
I
a
know,
breakaway.
almost gave up. That's the
Stay
problem. Weston's got to be
disciplined,
more
but-
disciplined right after the goals because
And-
after them we've seen some.
And one interesting thing is Weston still has not gotten a real true shot off on goal, if we're being honest here, which is something you'd really like to see more.
Weston
It's
hasn't,
been
or Wayland
two-
hasn't really got one either, though.
Just deep balls though, yeah. The close defense on both sides has been compelling. Another indirect.
6 minutes
Corner.
remaining in the game as Weston is down 1. And folks, If you're just joining us, you have joined us in a crazy, crazy game.
Oh.
That should be Weston's ball as it's misplayed by Wayland. Here's a chance we need. Weston's got to hurry up. You got to play this ball upfield and quick.
But don't remember, there's still 5 minutes left.
Well, I feel like you got to
They got that goal in about 1 minute from when the ball got
a
reset.
great ball up.
No one's really there.
No one's there,
Oh!
but a miscue as Georgakopoulos has the ball at midfield and looks for
Up
a
to
runner.
Icky, but
A
no
little
one
too
there.
strong.
Wayland doesn't know who's going to get it, but the goalie does end up going for it.
And he picks it up and looks to the side as Weston looking for a miracle.
A
It has
deep ball
happened
in,
before
but-
though, and I saw it live. Well, not with Weston, but I'm talking about in professionals. Chelsea the other day was down 3-0 at halftime. Come back, score 3 goals in the second half to tie the game. Nearly won it as Weston will be awarded a kicking deep
Yeah.
in the Wayland zone with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Almost a great hustle there to get a goal up top, but it forces Wayland to kick it out.
Janofka has the ball.
Another shot. but
Ooh, just wide.
just left of the
He's
goal.
going for the hat trick, man, but Weston needs something. That's a great
And
shot,
I think
though.
Janofka's realized something that Campana realized earlier in the
Right,
game.
taking the not
taking the
not
deep
going
ball.
right, because that's. I mean,
what
honestly,
works.
that's that 4 of the 5 goals in this game have been scored that way.
Especially that the other one's even a penalty.
Especially the fact, yes, I was just about to say this. Especially the fact that the other one was a penalty.
Up
Wayland
ball
passes
to
it inside.
Campana again.
That will be up.
Pass up and nothing done. Good defense there. Wayland ball. Wow. Wish to see him. Lagenhagen trying to.
I don't know
beat that
how many
up.
more chances Weston has in this game, Connor, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds with a running clock, no added time. Weston had this game. They were up 1-0 early. Wayland tied it. Then in the third quarter of this game, they scored 2. And Weston put up 1 in the fourth quarter. And here we are, set the stage for a 3-2 Wayland lead with 3 minutes and 20 seconds and counting left in this game. As Wayland,
Something special needs to happen for Weston.
something special. But hey, it's possible. If anyone can do it, it's this team. This team has played an incredible game so far today. And,
Ooh.
oh, that's a bad
In front of the
giveaway.
goal. Inside. Again,
Great
Campania.
save.
Good save, but back in.
Oh my
Good defense
goodness.
by Levine. Gets it out. And Weston have a shot now. They can get someone up.
Marceau needs to run. Can he track down the ball?
He can, but he just
And it will
kicked
be
out.
awarded to
It is a
a
Weston.
Weston kick, and that was almost dangerous right there for the Weston team.
Wow, a great
Kevin
defense.
Joseph goes down. Isaac Levine makes the play on the ball. Jackson Tabers made a play on the ball. You had the entire Weston team making a play on the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Campania, who scored 2 goals already, almost got
had
that hat trick.
Almost has a hat trick.
But Joseph be able to collide with him.
This
stop
is
the
huge
ball.
right here. This could be the chance that Weston needs. Krillman settles the ball down. He puts
Deep
it up.
ball, but saved. Ooh, looked like he almost stepped out there. But interesting thing to see is Uno back coming into sub. Despite being injured, he's looking. He knows he's
There's
one of the
only
pieces
2 minutes
Weston
left,
needs.
though.
Pass back. Have a player there. Oh, out to the goalie.
Oh boy, Weston's getting close.
Oh, out of
With
bounds.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining, and conveniently the clock has stopped again. So
Here comes the sub in. Lee is back in the game.
folks, if Weston scores,
Exactly
I'm
2
gonna go
minutes
crazy.
to go. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Actually, under 2 minutes. I believe that's an issue with the
scoreboard.
way the football game works. Is it always stops at 2 minutes? That Weston has
Right.
under that. Can't even rely on that for the game and needs to go.
They
fast.
need something here.
Probably now under a minute to go. You'd hope they just pass that back and try and kick it up because this short
know,
game,
I
there it
know.
is. This short game's not working. A ball in. Uno there. The ball gets loose and a call. Weston kick again.
Right? Oh my goodness,
This
Connor.
is similar to where you saw it last
Is
time.
this a free kick?
It's a free kick, yes.
It's a free kick.
They could do the
Folks,
same play they did
here
last
we
time.
go. My goodness.
There's a very short amount of time to play. They have to get this.
This
up.
might be it, Connor.
This might be the last.
Do
play
you?
of the game.
Okay. Let's see who comes near the ball.
Look
You
like
gotta give it to Janovka here, right?
Yeah,
you
you
got
got to
to.
do the same play you did last time, I think.
Just give Janovka the ball. Give him a shot. Give him a chance.
Over. Oh! It hit the goalpost. So that's a goal kick. Probably about
Unfortunate.
under 30 seconds to play. Unless Weston gets something special, the game should just be over if Wayland can just hold the
Damn.
ball.
That was it right there. That's tough.
Great dribbling and Wayland free kick. I think it's gonna be called soon. I don't know how many extra minutes they're gonna have.
I don't even know if they.
There was an injury timeout, so they probably got a couple extra, but
We'll see what happens.
it's getting close to over. And Wayland's holding it. Weston's getting desperate, and that's the game.
That's a tough loss for Weston here today.
Almost able to bring it
Janovka with
back.
2 goals, the 7th minute, and a penalty in the 74th minute, but Nip Campagna scores twice as well, and one more goal by Weston that was just given up right after the second goal as a miscommunication on defense. That's a tough loss for the Weston team, but they can build off of this, Connor. Wayland's a good team.
Yeah, solid goals coming in. You really liked what you saw in that game. Other than that 6-minute stretch in the third quarter, you really liked what you saw at Weston.
It was only a 1-minute stretch where they gave up 2 goals. So, I don't know. I think Weston has a lot to build off here today, and an unfortunate loss for the team, but
we are gonna come back for the next game.
that will be
Join us again.
their next home game will be next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
1 week
again.
from today, same time, same place. I hope you join us either in person or watching with us. Thank you all for watching with us here today, and we look forward to seeing you here next week.
Cookie, man.
You end it.
Alright, you want me to unplug everything, or do we end streaming?
Bro, that was sad.